Welcome back, everyone. I am so thrilled you're here today because we are going to unpack a highly requested topic. We're looking at the ultimate blueprint for building a low barrier e-commerce business. Seriously, if you've ever been curious about how people start online stores without a massive warehouse full of boxes, well, you are in the right place. In this explainer, we're going to look at the facts, the data, and the exact steps to show you how this is done properly, safely, and sustainably. It's the classic hurdle, right? You've got the drive, you've got the work ethic, but then you look at traditional retail and the upfront capital required to buy inventory is, well, it's completely paralyzing. Buying thousands of dollars of stock just hoping it sells, that's a massive risk. But what if you could flip that whole model on its head? What if you only paid for inventory after a customer already bought it from you? That is the exact problem this blueprint solves. Okay, let's dive into this. Here is our roadmap. We are going to cover 1. The eBay dropshipping model. 2. Playing by eBay's rules. 3. Your step-by-step blueprint. 4. Pricing for profit. And 5. Scaling up and avoiding traps. All right, kicking things off with Section 1, the eBay dropshipping model. So what is it exactly? Well, here's the textbook definition straight from our source material. Dropshipping is simply listing products for sale and having a wholesale supplier ship them directly to the customer, requiring zero upfront inventory. You literally never touch the box. The core advantage here is undeniable. It's a near zero barrier to entry. But, and this is a big but, it is absolutely vital to remember that you, the seller, are still 100% responsible for the customer experience and getting it delivered on time. And this brilliantly illustrates the chronological life cycle of a single order. Step 1, you list the item. Step 2, a customer browsing eBay buys it from you at the retail price. Now it's only at step 3 that you actually spend any money. You go to your supplier, you buy the item at the wholesale price, and you enter the customer's shipping address. Step 4, the supplier ships it out. And step 5, you keep the difference as profit. It's an incredibly elegant sequence when you execute it correctly. Moving right along to Section 2, playing by eBay's rules. Listen up, because understanding these policies is the ultimate key to avoiding failure. This is the most critical distinction to grasp in this entire explainer. On the allowed side, fulfilling orders directly from verified wholesale suppliers or manufacturers, totally fine. But on the prohibited side, retail arbitrage. This means you absolutely cannot list an item on eBay, wait for it to sell, and then go buy it from Amazon or Walmart to ship to your customer. That is a direct, non-negotiable policy violation. You've got to use true wholesale suppliers. And here is the stark reality. The consequences for violating this policy, they are severe. It's not just a little slap on the wrist. We are talking about listing removals, having your funds held hostage, and ultimately permanent account suspension. There's no coming back from that. We're here to focus on sustainable, smart strategies, not get-rich-quick schemes that'll get you banned before you even make your first $100. Let's move to Section 3. Your step-by-step blueprint, and see how this all builds together. Okay, so the blueprint starts with your foundation, account setup. You've got to verify your identity and link a real bank account for payouts. Now keep in mind, eBay puts limits on new sellers, usually around 10 items or $500 in monthly sales to start. So you have to choose those first items really carefully, which brings us to niche selection. You can use eBay's Seller Hub or Google Trends to find high-demand, low-competition items. You're looking for small, lightweight items with low return rates, things like home decor or specialized tools. Definitely avoid saturated markets like generic phone cases or complex tech gadgets that break easily. Now, what's really interesting about sourcing is that your supplier options basically fall into 3 categories. You've got B2C platforms like AliExpress. The pros are super low prices, but the cons? Pretty long 15 to 30-day shipping times. Then you have US or EU-based suppliers like TopDog or Spocket. These offer much faster domestic shipping, which is fantastic for protecting your metrics, but the items might cost a little more. Finally, you have directories like SaleWho, connecting you to verified wholesale sources, though it requires a bit more vetting on your end. Whichever you choose, always check their ratings, request samples, and absolutely confirm those shipping times. Once you've got a product and a supplier, you have to actually create a listing that sells. And this formula right here, it's the secret to high-converting SEO titles on eBay. You want the brand, the product type, a key feature, and the size, color, or model. Basically, don't just write blue mug. Write Acme ceramic coffee mug double-walled 12-ounce navy blue. Combine a title like that with high-quality images and fill out every single item-specific field, and eBay's algorithm will absolutely reward you. Next up, Section 4, Pricing for Profit. Let's talk about protecting those margins. E-commerce relies entirely on the math. To price correctly, you have to know every single cost eating into your revenue. First is the product cost. That's what you pay the supplier. But then come eBay's fees. You get up to 250 free listings per month, sure, but after that, insertion fees of 35 cents each. Then there's the big one, final value fees. eBay takes roughly 13.25 to 13.6% of the total sale, and yes, that actually includes the shipping costs the buyer paid. Finally, if you use software to run your store, factor in automation costs, usually $29 to $99 a month. You must feed every single one of these costs into your pricing formula so you never accidentally sell at a loss. So the crucial point is visualizing where the money actually goes. As you can see, the largest slice is always going to be your supplier cost and shipping. The middle slice goes to eBay. And that small slice, typically representing a 15 to 25% net margin, that is your actual take-home profit. Now, the source data does note that some highly specialized niche products can reach 30 to 40%, but 50 to 25% is a really healthy, realistic target to aim for as you start out. Finally, Section 5, Scaling Up and Avoiding Traps. Listen, fulfillment is where dropshippers literally live or die. When an order comes in, you must forward it to your supplier immediately. And honestly, match your eBay handling time to your supplier's actual processing speed. Do not promise one-day handling if your supplier takes 3 days to put it in a box. You also need to upload tracking numbers ASAP. And check out that warning at the bottom. If your late shipments exceed 3% or cancellations exceed 2%, eBay downgrades your entire store to below standard. Your visibility crashes, and your fees can actually go up. You do not want that. Now, manually tracking all of that, fine for your first few sales. But to scale, you need tools. The source material highlights a few essential automation platforms. For all-in-one inventory syncing, you've got AutoDS or eSync. If you're heavily using AliExpress, DSers is super popular. For quickly copying customer addresses over to your supplier without typos, tools like Spot and Paste or CodeROM save literal hours. And for finding winning products, Zeek Analytics and FindNiche.com are the go-to research engines. Automation is basically what separates a side hustle from a real, scaling business. To bring this all together, let's quickly summarize the fatal mistakes beginners make. Number 1, sourcing from Amazon or Walmart. We covered this, it's a policy violation, don't do it. Number 2, not vetting suppliers. This just leads to angry customers and late deliveries. Number 3, setting unrealistic handling times to look better in search. Number 4, ignoring eBay's strict performance standards. And finally, number 5, forgetting to factor all your fees into the final price. If you do that, you're just doing a whole lot of work to lose money. So to wrap this explainer up, eBay dropshipping is a highly viable, low-cost business model when done correctly, ethically and strictly within the platform's rules. It takes excellent supplier sourcing, incredibly detailed customer service, and an eagle eye on your seller ratings. We've given you the complete beginner's blueprint straight from the source material. So the only question left is this. You've got the blueprint. What niche are you going to conquer first? Thanks so much for joining me today. Keep learning, and I'll catch you on the next one.